Welcome everybody. Welcome along to Business Owners Smashing It Online. Good to see some friendly faces and familiar faces here tonight, and good to see some new ones as well too. For those that don't know me, my name is Nick Cree and I'm your host. What do I do? I used to be a web developer, but I still am, I suppose, but I'm in the online space, and my role is really to help businesses to understand and demystify their online marketing and really to take control of it themselves. So Business Owners Smashing It Online is a meetup for people that are in business, people that are thinking of getting into business, those with an entrepreneurial seizure and an idea that think it'd be a great time to get into business, and it is a great time. So what we aim to do is to provide you with some tools, some resources, some ideas, some strategies to help you in your online journey. So to kick off tonight, just while we're waiting for the rest of the folks to arrive, let's just do a quick round of introductions. Tell us who you are, and tell us what you're hoping to get out of tonight. What brought you along tonight? So you can open your mic, and there's no particular order. Just come and introduce yourself and let us know. Who's going to go first?
Hey Nick, it's David.
G'day David, how are you going?
I'm doing well. So yeah, I might as well go first. The whole concept tonight of how to get yourself better placed in the Google search is appealing to me, because that's how you get people to come on and look into your service.
Excellent. So so getting more visitors to your website.
Yes.
Perfect. Excellent. Oh, well, we should be covering some of that, I think. All right, who else we got here tonight?
Hi there, this is Elise. I'm joining you from Dubai.
Aha, Elise, how are you? I saw your email. I think it was your boss's email came through.
Yeah, that was Gabby that introduced me to you guys.
Awesome.
So I look after the commercial sector of the company. We're a global healthcare company, but under that also falls the branding and obviously, just exposure in terms of brand and generating more business. And I think David mentioned, just trying to get yourself placed high up in the Google searches is a dream every company has. And obviously you want to do it with as little money as you need to. So hopefully you'll teach us some tips on that.
Excellent. Oh, well, you're in the right place. It is that ever elusive thing, trying to get to number 1, 2 or 3 ranking on Google. So yeah, we've definitely got some things that we'll cover off tonight that will help with that. So welcome all the way from Dubai.
Thank you.
And who else? Oh, hello. That looks like Gabriella. Gabby, is it? You just need to unmute yourself. If you just unmute yourself and come and say hi. See if I can do it for you. Oh, yeah. Looks like your unmute is not working there. All right, while you go to sort it out, be good to, I'll move over to someone else, and then when you can sort it out, let's come and introduce yourself. Hello, Peter.
Hi there. My name is, I'm Dr. Peter Ellis from Brisbane, and I have over 25 years where I'm working with companies that are transitioning, that all thought themselves to be dysfunctional, but through my research, I have a master's and 2 doctorates in business development. And is that someone?
That's okay. Carry on.
Okay. So I'm working with companies that are growing, but the problem with their growth is they're losing control. And my speciality is business control, so they're able to do it. But I'm always interested in learning more things about different sections. And one of the sections which is not really big area of mine is the one that you're talking about, and I'm interested to learn more and find out what's going on.
Excellent. Oh, well, welcome along. You're in the right place, because search engine optimization and dealing with Google is definitely a place where you do not have control, because no one tells you what the rules are, and you've got to work it out as you go along. So you're probably a bit more structured, This is a
I'm
very
a pretty
structured world where you
structured
don't know the
person.
rules. Excellent. Welcome along, Peter.
Okay, so just so you know, I work with startups, but I also work with the Aboriginal community. I work with political structures and organisations that got many branches, and find that they've got so many strings and things they got to control. That's what they're having issues with. So I'm really interested in what you're doing, and I, as you say, I've come to the right place.
Awesome, excellent. Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
All right, who else we got here? Looks like Gabby,
Giving
you're
me the
unmuted now.
rules of Google.
Me or it's
That's
Mark?
you, Gab. Yep, that's you, Gabby.
Okay, I just want to thank you very much that you accepted also Elise. She's working out our company actually is we work out of Dubai. We work with oil and gas. We are a medical support for the oil and gas company and of course other companies. So, and I am based in Brisbane, and since a few months I joined your group and I was really impressed. So I suggest also Elise to join us. So thank you very much for accepting her.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad you came back, even better.
Yeah.
Excellent. Welcome along tonight. All right, who else we got here tonight?
G'day, Nick.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
G'day, I'm sensational. How are you this evening?
I'm fantastic.
Thank you. Well, I'm looking forward to you letting us all know about the rules that Google have, Nick.
Yeah, me too. All right, so the rules of Google. All right, yeah, well, let's see what we can do about that. All right, who else we got here tonight? Who else wants to introduce himself? Tell us what you're hoping to get out of tonight.
Hello, Nick.
Hey, Marty, how you going?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I'm really interested in SEO. I did a short course last year so I could help Alicia with her website, and then I didn't practice it enough, and I just think I need a refresher.
Excellent. All right, well, we'll probably give you a refresher and a whole lot more things to do tonight as well, too.
Yeah, okay, I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent.
Alan's joining us soon too.
Superb. Great. Excellent. I'll welcome along.
Thank you.
Got time for a couple more intros there. Who wants to introduce themselves? Tell us what you'd like to get out of tonight.
G'day, Nick. Ron Peer here.
G'day, Ron. How you going?
Pretty good for a young fella.
That's the story.
Yeah. I have I'm Ron Peer, the pet calmer, and that's my business. And we deal with pet anxiety and have natural solutions for pet owners to transform their pet's anxiety state into a calm state within minutes. SEO has been a dilemma for me as well, how to handle that and how to manage it. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you've got on tonight, Nick.
Excellent, excellent. I will hope you'll get to take away a few things that you can implement as well.
Always take away a notepad of things.
Excellent, excellent. All right, and for those that sort of don't get time to introduce yourself, anyone feel free to drop your details, say hi in chat. You can tell people what you do in chat as well too. That there's sort of an open invitation for us to chat amongst ourselves as well. All right, so probably time for one more, and then we'll kick off. Who else would like to be the lucky last? Jeepers, everyone's
I'll go, Nick. It's Victoria Smith again from Wellington, New Zealand.
Hey, Victoria.
I'm good, thank you. I'm a psychotherapist, counsellor and mediator, family dispute mediator. And I have done a short course with Iona Elwood-Smith, but on SEOs, and I didn't understand anything about it. So hopefully I'll pick something up tonight.
Excellent. Well, I hope so as well too. Yeah, it can be one of those things that is really overly complex, or it can be really easy too. So tonight we'll look at some of the things that you can do yourself without needing a web developer. That's the whole purpose of it, and we'll also show you some of the things you can do with a web developer. All right. Well, welcome along, and for those that have joined us after I introduced myself, my name's Nick Cree. I'm your host, and I run the Business Owners Smashing It Online meetup, and this is for anyone who's in a business, thinking about business, or has a business idea, or supporting someone, or working in a business. All right, so let's run through the agenda for tonight, and I'll share my screen here. So as ever, we have some cool online tools which I will share with you tonight. There's a couple of new ones in here that I haven't seen before that hold a lot of promise as well. Then the main billing for tonight is all about SEO, and it's really about the things that you can do yourself and to not be tempted to answer those emails that come in from some of those offshore companies offering the world and delivering not much. And we will have time for questions and answers, and then we'll run through the next event and close off. But while we're here now, if you've got your phones with you, or you're on your computer, and it'd be great to check into Facebook, and really the check-in is two things. One is to just to remind people that forgot to turn up because they were on their way home, or they got distracted with something else, or like someone else said to me last week, they went into the lounge and just decided to watch a little bit of TV and fell asleep. So so if you check in for that, and also to build your own digital profile. So that just builds up your sort of profile. When people are stalking you online, everyone wants to know what you're doing, and this might just sort of generate a bit more interest for them as well too, in terms of your professional profile. So it's real easy to do. Just tap on the what's on your mind, where you normally post. You'll see a menu come up from the bottom, and one of those items is check-in. So if you tap on the check-in, and then you'll get a whole range of options beside you, and they're probably ones that are close to you. So if you just tap on the search bar, Business Owners Smashing It Online, and feel free to leave a comment. You can tag me in, tag a friend in, and in fact, what some people do is just take a photo of the screen in front of them as well too. So feel free to do that. But yeah, if you just check into Facebook. All right, and we'll get on with the main event, which are some of the cool online tools. So let me, I'll just swap the screen here, and I'll bring up my my browser. Okay, and we'll bring up this one here. All right, now hopefully you can see my browser. Just give me a thumbs up to see that you can see the green screen. Great, perfect, excellent, thank you. All right, well, the first one that I've got tonight is a site called Flattr.com, Flattr.com. And this one here is a site where you can make donations or contributions towards you know, free apps or free services out there that you think do an outstanding job, and you'd just like to support them in some way, shape or form. And you'll see that there are organisations like Wikipedia. So Wikipedia is the large online encyclopedia, which in fact is free, and people contribute to that, but they do need funds to keep it running, pay for the servers, all of that sort of thing there. Another one called OpenStreetMap.org, which is a competitor to Google. GIMP, which is a, you may wonder what GIMP is. GIMP is a free alternative to Photoshop, so which is very good. So if you're looking for a Photoshop alternative and a graphic editor, GIMP is an excellent service. I've used that for a number of years. And then there's a couple of others there, CGP Grey, who I don't know, Feminist Frequency, and EFF.org. But there's a ton of people or organisations on this that you can support. So you can certainly go in there, and if you click on the, I think it's the Creators tab here, you can just sort of browse through and, no, it's not that one. Yeah, you can browse through the site through to see, but you need to sign up first as a creator, and then you can get to see them all. So that's one half of it, where you can contribute to those organizations you like to support, and often you'll see that on their websites where you can support them. The other side of it too is if you provide a service and you're doing things for free, and you might be doing it because of the the current times that we're in at the moment, then you can also sign up as a as a creator rather than contributor. Contributor is someone who is paying for people's services or providing donations. So again, you sign up for an account. A creator is someone like yourself that can have on your website, you can sign up as a creator, and then you can accept donations through the platform here for as little as a cup of coffee or sort of whatever people want to give. So great for not-for-profit organisations, great for organisations probably serving some startups, and also great for sort of community groups as well too. So that one is called Flattr.com. Because we're on talking about SEO tonight and optimising your website and taking control of trying to get more people to your website and trying to unravel some of Google's rules, the next site that I've got here is one called SEOP. I can't even pronounce it. SEOptimer. So try and say that one fast. So SEOptimer.com, and that's one place where you can go and have a look at your site. So we can run put your domain in it, and then you can hit audit, and it will run a live website audit on your site. And what it will do is it will return you a set of results to let you know how well it is in terms of mainly what they call technical SEO. So technical SEO are things like the speed of the website, whether you've got heading tags in it, whether you've got things like which are called alt tags or alternative tags on your images, so that Google can read your images because Google can't see them. And whether you're connected up to social media, how fast it is, and how accessible it is as well. So you can see here that it gives you a sort of a score in a number of different areas. And there's a little spider graph here which really sort of shows you some of the areas that could do with an improvement. So this particular site here, the lowest ranking one is performance, so we'd probably do some things about pulling up performance, and that could be things like optimizing images. It could be doing things to make it faster, caching the site, and so that's your low-hanging fruit that you can start to work on. A couple of A's on this one here. So social and security are really good. Performance is average. Usability is average. SEO is above average. So as you scroll down here, it gives you a review of all your pages, so you can click through to see all of your pages. Then it gives you a list of the things you can fix. So you get a green tick for the things that are good and are right. You get a cross for the things that need attention and need to be fixed. Some of these things you'll be able to do yourself, and some of these things, depending on how web savvy and web technical you are, you may need to call in a web developer to come and help you. So it's a good little exercise here to have a look at the health of your website. It's even got top keyword ratings. It would appear that in Australia, one of the search terms that I get searched on is Little Nick. So who'd have thought? So you can see it's quite a long report, and you can actually download a report and then send that off to your web developer, and they can then go and resolve any issues that are on the site there for you. So your objective is to get it up to obviously an A, but certainly some B's and A's where you want it to get it to. So this particular site overall is a B. It's only got 11 improvements that are recommended here, and so we would try and get that up to an A. And all of these links that we are talking about today, we'll post those into chat. So the chat icon is down the bottom of your screen. If you click on that little chat icon, and you'll see some of the links have gone in already. So you don't need to write them down or remember them. And then at the bottom of chat are 3 little dots. If you click on those 3 little dots, you can then save the chat. So don't do it now. So do it once we've finished this segment here. Then you'll have all of the URLs in the chat. All right. Next one is one that I came across only today, actually, and it is a link shortener. So some of you may have heard of something called Bitly, B-I-T-L-Y, which is a link shortener. This is an alternative to Bitly. It's even shorter, so it's just t.ly. So you can paste a link into this area here. So it says try this one. So we'll do that. It's going through to shorten it, and it's shortened it to t.ly/xi08. So a very short link. So it's helpful to use for where you don't have a lot of space to put links in. So you can use it for things like business cards. You can use it on social media. And you can use it when you're giving it away. It also comes with a QR code. So, you know, if you're at a place, let's say you've got a PowerPoint presentation in a physical venue, or even in a Zoom call like this, you can put up a QR code that someone can scan on their phone, and that will direct them to the site. The other good thing about it too is that you get stats on the link. So it will tell you how many people have visited, what browsers they use, what countries they come from, what platforms they come from as well too. So obviously no stats on this because we have just created this one here. So so that's a reasonably good service, and that one is called t.ly. All right. Now, next one, very pertinent for today's times. And this is one that I only came across this week. And it's for all of those of you out there that are course creators. So the online course industry is just going through the roof at the moment, obviously because there are so many people working from home. There are people on JobKeeper. There are people that maybe have lost either their jobs or they haven't been able to keep their businesses open. So, so the online course world has just absolutely exploded. And of course, you've got a lot of people at home who are wanting to learn new skills and wanting to learn new things. So Experiencify.com is a new course hosting platform. So you may have heard of ones out there like Teachable and Thinkific, Udemy, lynda.com. So all of those are course creator platforms. The distinction that this one's got over all of those other ones is that they've introduced gaming into the course platform. So they've gamified it, which in simple terms means that people get rewarded for the progress they make through the course. So they get badges, there's little sounds and noises as they complete things, and there's progress bars through it, and it will even do things like trigger off emails. So if someone hasn't been into the course for a couple of days and they haven't been working through it, it'll trigger an email to say, hey, look, notice you haven't been in the course here. There's some you know, it's all ready for your next module or course or whatever it is, and it just keeps prompting them through. So the course completion rate on a lot of online courses is only about 3%. So you go to udemy.com or lynda.com, only about 3% of people actually complete the courses. So, and what that does is it increases your refund rate. So if you're running online courses, it's not uncommon to have refund rates of up around the 20%, which is quite a high sort of rate. And people that don't complete the course and if they ask for a refund, then they're obviously not going to be repeat customers. So you've got to keep finding new customers. So the purpose of this platform here is to ensure that you keep people engaged and to give people quick wins along the way so they feel like they're making progress, and they are making progress. And again, to have them end as happy clients and customers that will come back and buy from you again. So it's not a free platform, but it's also not expensive. I think it's about $47 a month or something around about that there, which is US dollars. What do we got monthly? Yeah, $49 a month is the starter. So it's probably about $60, just over $60 a month for New Zealand and Australian currency. So if you're running a course, worth checking out. They do have a free trial, so it's worth having a look at that. Right, next one is, this is Google actually. So Google have just joined the web stories phenomenon. So some of you know about Instagram stories and Facebook stories, where you can post up images and videos which last for 24 hours, and they run through it and tell a story. Well, Google now has web stories as well too. So so this article here, which is amp.dev, AMP stands for Accelerated Mobile Pages, which again is a Google phenomenon. And in fact, this is helpful for your SEO as well too, in that if you are using accelerated mobile pages, means that on Google, on mobile devices, a lot of the extra elements on your website are stripped out, so that the only things that really load are images and text, and it's super quick. And you'll often see it in if you're looking in Google search and you see a little lightning bolt beside the link that you click through to on search. It's got a lightning bolt in it. It means that page is running on AMP. And when you click on it, you will find that it loads pretty much instantly. So there's no waiting at all too. So so AMP is it's a bit more of an advanced technology. It's worth having a look at, but some of the other things I'll talk to you about SEO tonight, you do those before you implement AMP. But essentially, web stories are a thing that where you can create stories on Google. So there you go. There's a highlight of it here. And so they might be 5, 6, 10 images. They can include videos, calls to action, pretty much any sort of content in it. The dimensions of it are mobile phone dimensions. So it's really designed for mobile first. And it's news organizations are using it, and they're using it to tell a story. So they'll have their headline, and then they'll have what say would be the first paragraph in a newspaper. They've got a pictorial sort of first paragraph and heading, and so they'll run through whole stories with it. So some of the media organizations are really picking it up. And here's something that is really good about it, because it's new, because it's Google. You can pretty much get onto page 1 of Google on day 1. You can publish and you'll be on Google in a matter of hours. So so if you want a quick way to get onto Google, these Google stories are definitely a thing to look at. Now to implement them, if you run a WordPress website, there is a plugin in the WordPress repository called Google Web Stories. Just go and download that, plug it into WordPress, and you can just, it's a fairly simple process to follow through the implementation of it. If you're on other web platforms, they're a little bit more complex, but just have a look and see whether your web platforms support it. All right, anyone here sort of interested in their content going viral? That's always the thing, how do I get to go viral? I'm going to show you the secret to going viral here. So hopefully we can you can hear this. So I don't know whether you've seen this guy here. All right, could you hear that? Yeah, so that dude there, he's just a random dude on TikTok. So if you're not on the TikTok platform, there's some interesting stuff happening on there. This guy here got something like 56 million views on TikTok for that video that he made. That juice that he's drinking is just sort of like a raspberry juice. and he received a truckload of that raspberry juice from the manufacturers of it, and he became an overnight sensation. So, in fact, he became such an overnight sensation that this guy did the same thing. Pop in chat if you recognize who this is.
Mick Fleetwood, and that company also gave the guy a truck, so he could drive to work and not go on a skateboard.
That's right. So that there is Mick Fleetwood. So Mick Fleetwood saw it, and he responded to. He did his own TikTok video to this one here that went viral. So so there you go. There's a secret to going viral. Go and get a skateboard. Go and get something to drink and head off to work in the morning with that.
For those
just
who
like
don't
Mark
know,
Grant is doing right now.
Fleetwood Mac, who had the original record.
Sorry, say again, Peter?
Just saying that for those who didn't know, Mick Fleetwood, it was from Fleetwood Mac who produced that record in the first place.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. All right. But what was the attraction to the original video? Victoria asked. It was just that it was a guy that was on his skateboard there, and he was just relaxed. It was just people for some reason just were attracted to it and liked it, and the lyrics there of that Fleetwood Mac song I think really got them as well. So but the thing I would say about that too is that that went viral, and millions of views, and you had sort of Mick Fleetwood coming into the fray as well too, and his take to the whole thing. But viral videos like that there had a peak, so it really went up in terms of traffic, and then it dropped away to almost nothing. So so when you hear about going viral, then often viral is for a very short period of time, and it doesn't last long. So what we're going to be talking about tonight is not going viral, but it's going so long. So building up your SEO, your traffic there, so you can maintain it over a long period of time.
Nick, can I hello?
Hi, Catherine.
Hello. Can I ask a question on the new thing of the Google Web Stories?
Yes.
You know how we all know Facebook Stories and Instagram Stories, and we know where they show within that platform, and with the Google Web Stories, it obviously doesn't show under the Google My Business listings where you got your posts. Where are you saying they show, if you know what I mean?
That is a really good question. It's so new that I haven't even sort of really dug into it that much, but they do turn up on search. So that one that I got ranked for very quickly, I found it in Google Images. So I had an image that I posted up there, and in Google Images, when you click on Google Images, it brought up that whole web story. So I only discovered it really earlier this week, and it's just there wasn't much around it, so I haven't read enough about it to know where it is, because as you're right, it's not on a social media platform. It's just in Google search.
Yeah, okay. So, and because it's not on your website either, from what you've just said, we might use the WordPress plugin, which you were saying was Google Web Stories, but It's not about sitting on your website. It's just about sitting in Google search, almost in that own perimeter of itself.
Yeah, it's stored on your website, so all of the images and everything are on your website, but it doesn't become a web page that's immediately visible on your website. But it is in Google search, so that when people are looking through search results, they'll come across the story there, click on the story, and then you get this montage of the story.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm not quite sure how it's going to be used, or how effective it's going to be, or whether it's going to be one of those things that Google keeps for a long time. But hey, let's see. And I think the initial play that I've had with it, it's worth spending some time on it, because you do get some reasonably immediate gains in terms of your optimization. And because it's so new, not many people are using it, or not many people know about it. So it means it'll give you a boost. If you jump onto it now, it'll give you a boost in search, so that as they do start to appear in the search results, your stories are going to be up there. Any other comments? I no longer use Google search, only DuckDuckGo. Yeah, absolutely. So those of you that are really concerned about privacy, you want to get rid of Google entirely. So it's one of those beasts, you know, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So so there are sort of people that do block Google, and some people that don't use Google at all because of all of the privacy issues and concerns. But most of our clients and customers and prospects and things are using Google as the search. It's still the majority search engine. So, you know, you really just need to make a decision as to whether you buy into the system or whether you opt out of the system. But yeah, good point there, Ned. Any other comments here? All right. Any apps there, any that you particularly like there, just drop it in chat. Let me know which ones were your, which one was your favourite, or which one you're going to have a play with tomorrow, and spend half your day going down that rabbit hole. All right, Google Web Stories, SEOptimer. Missed most of the talk there. That's right, we've got it recorded. Oh, for those of you that maybe weren't here last week as well, we've created a new YouTube channel now. So all of the presentations that we run here are all going up onto the YouTube channel. So and we'd love you to go and subscribe. Because we're trying to get to the 100 people there, so we can create a vanity URL, so we can have it in the business name. So the link to YouTube is in chat now, so feel free to go and click on that later on, and go and subscribe to it. And this video here will be up there, probably be up there tomorrow, I would say. All right, well let's move on to the main billing for tonight, and that's all about SEO. Ran Optima test on Little Cocoa and got a great result. Awesome. So you guys have been doing great work. Little Cocoa, for those of you that have never heard of it, is the best chocolate factory in Australia and New Zealand. The Kiwis may debate me on that, but I guarantee you that this stuff is really good.